Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is another what's for lunch. Y'all really seem to be enjoying these very realistic lunches. So like I've said before, this video is very realistic for lunch ideas. There is hardly any veggies and fruit in here. This is what my family enjoys for my son and for myself. So if you don't like that, definitely go ahead and exit out. You won't hurt my feelings. But if there is any negative comments on that, they will just be deleted. But let's go ahead and get started. So this first lunch, it's super simple. Winston asked for waffles for lunch, which is not normal for him. But I had some that I had already pre-made earlier that I had just froze, and so I just popped those in the toaster for a little bit to let them warm up and get nice and toasty. And he has always loved peanut butter on his waffles with some syrup, always. He's never liked butter, but he loves him some peanut butter. Y'all, he could eat peanut butter with a spoon. And so he always has peanut butter on his waffles with syrup, and he absolutely loves this, y'all. And for my lunch that day, I just had a big piece of this quiche I had made. I have a whole separate video on this, so I will share that in the description box for you guys so y'all can find that recipe. So for the next lunch idea, we are going to be making some super simple pigs in a blanket. I really enjoy making them with the crescent dough sheets. I feel like it makes it so much easier, so you don't have to roll out the crescents into triangles and then cut them and all that stuff. All you have to do is take this crescent dough, roll it out into the sheet, and then cut it into rectangles, as you'll see me and Winston doing. And then you just roll it up into individual little weenies, and y'all, it is so simple. I'm telling you, it makes it so much faster than to having to roll each individual one out, cut it into 3 sections and roll it and all that blah blah blah. So definitely consider going and getting a dough sheet because it is so much easier. And if your kiddo is anything like mine, he loves being in the kitchen and helping cooking anything. This definitely helps throughout the day to kind of break up the day where he can get in the kitchen and help me make some lunch. So he definitely enjoyed this, practicing cutting and then rolling each individual weenie in the crescent dough. And along with the pigs in a blanket, we just made some mac and cheese. And I wanted to mention that I always add in 2 slices of American cheese when I make box mac and cheese with the dry cheese mix in it. I've never done it with the liquid cheese, but I always do it with the powdered cheese, and it makes the box mac and cheese so much better. Okay, so here's our plates.
I need the cookbook symbol. There's a movie called Cook. There's a movie actually with magic of cooking, and their parents and the kids actually eat the magic that they do, and they actually have to break the things that they eat and all that.
So it's some movie he's been watching, and that's the symbol that's on the magic cookbook. So he's like, I want to make it. So we've got both have mac and cheese and pigs in a blanket. So for the next lunch idea for Winston's lunch, I decided to make the banana sushi. I've been seeing it all over Pinterest, and I was really curious if Winston would like it. He loves peanut butter, he loves quesadillas, he loves bananas, but I didn't know if he would like it together, and y'all, he really enjoyed it. He thought it was cool and fun, and he ate the whole thing. So I just have a tortilla there that I've just put on some peanut butter, and then I'm taking a very ripe banana so it's nice and sweet and putting it on there, and then I'm just going to roll it up and slice it as if it was sushi. Like I said, this was really fun and he enjoyed it, and it was something different to try for lunch. So along with the banana sushi, I just added in some goldfish, and then I added in some yogurt with some M&Ms. So for my lunch that day, I just decided to use up some leftovers that we had. I really try to use leftovers when I can or when we have them. And so this day I used some leftover fajita chicken and some rice to make a quesadilla. So what I'm doing first is I'm just making my quesadilla sauce, as I call it, and it's just a couple tablespoons of mayonnaise, and then I add in about 2 to 3 packets of Taco Bell sauce. You know, y'all know that you can buy this in a jug or in a bottle at Walmart, but I always just keep my packets and keep them in the pantry. That way that saves me money as well. But this is a very good sauce to use on cheese quesadillas, chicken and cheese quesadillas, beef quesadillas, anything. It's just really good, and it kind of gives it a little moisture that it needs and that sauciness to a quesadilla. And so I've mixed that up, and I've got my griddle out and heating it up, and I'm just going to add on my 2 shells there just to heat up, and I'm going to add my sauce on. I like to do a pretty good amount. Of course, that's totally up to you, how much, how little or how much you want. And then I'm going to add on some cheese and then some of that leftover chicken that I had. And then I'm also going to I'm going to heat up my rice on the flat top. It's just so much easier to do it that way instead of dirtying up another bowl just to heat it up in the microwave. So I've just added on my chicken, and then I forgot that I also used some of the leftover corn, and I just put that on there. Let that heat up and get nice and crispy. And this was a really good leftover lunch. So my little trick to heating up rice when I do it on the griddle or even the Blackstone is to add a couple tablespoons of water just to kind of rehydrate it and where it's not too dried out, especially if you're using a leftover rice. It's just like, to me, if you do fried rice, of course it's cold, and you're adding in the moisture by adding in your soy sauce or, you know, whatever else you add to your fried rice. So it's kind of that same concept, but you can also do that to other rices as well. So here's my plate. I just served the rice with some of my favorite cheese dip from Sam's Club. I share it all the dang time. Y'all know how much I love that stuff. And then some sour cream on the side. For the next lunch, we are going to be making some mini semi-homemade pizzas. Okay, y'all. So for lunch today, we have got these Mama Mary's pizza crust. So we're just gonna do individual pizzas. We've got, of course, some cheese. We have some marinara sauce that I needed to use. Winston cut up some black olives. He did a very good job cutting up. As he's eating some, we both love black olives. And then we've got some pepperonis if we want pepperonis. Of course, you can change out the toppings, do whatever you like. But these are super fun to get the kids in the kitchen and help make lunch. Lunch is ready. Cut it up and serve it. So we kept it super simple for Friday's lunch. Winston's got a peanut butter sandwich cut into triangles with an apple and some of the apple cinnamon rice chips. He really liked those. That's something different. He honestly don't think he's ever had those before, but he said he liked them. And I don't know about y'all, but he normally eats one peanut butter sandwich if I don't cut it up. But I cut it up this time and he ate two. I don't know, it's like when you cut it in triangles, it's fancier and he just wants more of it. And then for my lunch, I decided to fix some tater tots and some chicken nuggets in the air fryer, along with my favorite honey mustard. This is the Ken's honey mustard. It is so freaking good. But I hope y'all enjoyed this week of What's for Lunch, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.